I'm very happy he's coming in. I'm happy he's here early. Who
Yeah,
are you
me
waving
too.
at?
The guy who
There
runs
he is.
Levity Live.
What's up, man?
What's
Okay.
going on,
Hello,
Sinbad?
Y'all doing, man?
How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
What's up, bro? They got gorilla clamps and everything. Look at y'all.
Yeah.
Everybody lives that way. We live that way too now.
We're
Have
all,
a
and your
seat.
son is shooting. How are you?
Cool, man.
Doing good. How you doing?
Good, buddy. Good. It's good to see you again, man. It's been a long time.
Dude, it's been a while, bro.
So you're out. I mean, it's probably been a couple of years. Have you just been on the road, or are you doing anything else?
I've been on the road since
If you want to turn his mic
know what?
on,
Yeah,
that
all
could
right.
be.
I forgot. Hold on. I get
Jim
yelled
doesn't
at.
have a lot of experience
Jim,
behind
it's
the
all right,
board.
man. We
You're
got
on.
cameras. That's the main thing. You don't need nothing else. No buttons.
Cameras is it,
Yeah,
right?
Cameras is it, bro. You don't need nothing else, bro.
It's all visual.
We just had Neil deGrasse Tyson in, and he was very
That's what I
happy.
do. I played him in Comedy Bang Bang.
Did you?
Oh,
Yes, I
that's
did.
right. I
played
remember
Neil deGrasse
that.
Tyson in Comedy Bang Bang.
And well, he was very happy you're coming, and he said he wants to give you a hug. So he's doing another show. So
That's
hopefully,
my cat, man.
He may
That's
come
one of
in.
the smartest dudes I've ever met in my life, man.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
big guy.
Yeah.
Have you guys met? He said you haven't met. Have you met
No,
or
because
no?
the earth is flat and I fell off right before I saw him. Right before I saw him, man. I fell off the edge.
I like your. Is that a leopard print towel you
Yes,
came
man.
in here
Always-
with?
Always with dude, always with me. I have like 30 of them.
Why is that?
As a kid, I played ball, I was always sweating, so I always used to steal my mother's towels. So now I just always keep one. You never know if you're going to sweat, or if you spill some on yourself, or it starts raining. Everybody thinks it's funny until they need it. They go, "Can you use your towel?" I go, "No, you have to get your own."
You don't let people use your towel.
No, can't let people use it, man. Can't
Yeah.
let people use your towel, man.
No.
Yeah, there's something creepy about wanting to use somebody's
Yeah,
towel.
man.
Yeah.
You can let like J-Lo use it. You can let like Halle Berry use it.
Yeah, she can use my toilet paper.
Yeah. Certain people you can let use your towel, but nobody else, man.
Right.
So you stayed on the road, you said, for 30 years. You've just stayed on for all these
Yeah.
years. And are you just doing clubs? Are you doing theaters? Are you doing
Clubs,
both?
theaters, casinos, tech shows. So I'm a blurred. I'm a black nerd, so we do technology. Matter of fact, we were just over in Jersey at a new company called, man, I'm telling you, this is crazy, Live View Solo. We can take these cameras now, low pack on you, it's cellular bonding. You have a signal no matter where you go. You walk with your own cellular and internet.
Oh,
provider.
so it's
Is that like a
a
hotspot on the phone?
Yes, but it's beyond the hotspot. It's like about this big, so you can have Verizon, T-Mobile, everybody all in one little box.
Oh,
it
you have
bonds
all
them-
the services
it bonds
together.
them all together to give it a super service.
Isn't it amazing too? Like the longer you're around, like because you've seen the technology
Yes.
start,
Yes.
and I remember going to do gigs in like the early '90s, and there was, I mean, the cell phones were just starting to exist. Like, you had to pull over into a gas station if you were lost.
You had your little pager, and you pull up to I had a little pager, and not even the good ones yet. Remember when the good? It wasn't the one out of Jackson, Mississippi. What was it? Man? Sky Pagers. Sky Pager wasn't out yet. It was just a little brown pager.
Right. It wasn't the two-way with
no,
the
it was just
yeah.
brown pager, and you go payphone booth. Smells like piss.
Calling card, payphone, yeah.
That's it, man. That's
And
how you
knew,
lived.
You knew you had to get there if it was a 911 page.
Yeah,
if the thing said 911, like
then
I need a
everybody started 911. Then everybody, hey man, what's up? So 911. Now you had to have a code for the 911.
Right, right. A special. So no, this is really 911.
And you thought it was slick because you wanted to say 6'9". Yeah, oh mine's 6'9".
Hey, when are you able to perform on boats? I'm too dirty to do ships. Can you do them? Because the money in ships is amazing. if
Yeah,
you
but you
can
know,
do 'em.
I'm not a big cruise ship. I like going on jazz cruises or music cruise. I'll perform like at the Capital City Jazz Cruise or the Tom Jordan Cruise because it's a cruise with a purpose, with like a band. I like it with the music.
You do.
But just to be a comic on a cruise ship, man, I never wanted that gig.
What would you say? Because you've done so many big gigs over the years, and you're such a known guy. Like I watched footage of Rickles doing Reagan's inauguration years ago.
Yeah.
And for yourself, what was a gig like that you did that was an extremely high pressure or high profile gig? Because I watched that as a comic. I'm like, how do you pull that off?
None was pressure. I've never felt pressure.
You don't?
No, it's fun. The correspondence dinner when nobody knew about it, when they weren't put them on TV. Remember, correspondence dinner was not a big thing for the public. I didn't know what it was. It was during Bush Senior's years. And they called me about doing the correspondence dinner. I said, what is that? And they said, he's a comic. I said, but for Bush Senior? Hell no. But the blacks correspondents were allowed for the first time to pick a comic. And they picked me. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. They came to my house. Please. They said, please, it's not about the president. It's about the correspondence.
Right.
So I did the correspondence dinner. I think it was the first black community to do correspondence dinner. But when I got there, you stood in front of a dais. They said, whatever you do, don't turn around, look at the president, and don't speak to him. Look how now they dogged the president.
They said, don't speak to him.
Don't speak to him.
So you couldn't even do material
and don't
about
turn
him.
around and look at him.
Wow.
So Mayor Pratt was the black woman mayor of D.C. She was in trouble because she said she whipped her kids. So I'm doing my routine. I said, if I'm going to be here, I'm still going to be political. So I turned around and looked at Barbara Bush. I said, you ever whip your kids? She goes, yes. I said, well, I guess that takes care of that.
Did people laugh?
Oh, no. They laughed and they went crazy. They said, you just ended the whole problem. You just ended her problem. Her staff came in my office and says, You know what you just did? I said, yeah. Yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
So you met the president, you met the first lady, and it turned out to be a nice...
No, you meet them, but I didn't care. I met the correspondents. I met the...
That's what it was about for
I
you.
met the correspondents. I met Mayor Pratt. I met those people. I met some of the people that really meant something. I didn't really...
You were freaking out a little bit knowing that it's a president, whether you agree with him or
Didn't
not.
matter.
Really?
No, it was fun to meet Bill Clinton the first time.
You like that?
But he had us all in. It was a summer of service. He was doing that program, Kids Get College Money. It was me, Tommy Hearns, Hammer. Dude, he was so cool. Dude, that was cool. Hey, man, how y'all doing? Just sitting in the room with Bill Clinton, chopping it up. Like you almost do what Barack Obama was like. You know, there's only been a couple of presidents that look like you could just chop it up with them, sit up, hang with them.
Sure.
You know, that was cool.
I mean, you know, I'm sure you disagree with his politics, but I always felt like the second Bush was somebody that would hang.
He didn't want to be president. He wanted to own a sports team.
That's it. Like he just wants to hang
He's rather
out.
going to drink with you. He goes, look, I can't go. Look, to watch me right now. Catch me at 6. I'll meet you across the street.
Yeah.
I think he was so relieved not to be president.
Yeah, me too.
He seems happy now when you see him. He's
painting.
smiling,
He's
he's
like Kobe Bryant
laughing.
now. He's like Kobe. It's like Kobe doing spoken word and putting a record label together. Like, I don't have to play ball anymore. I never liked it.
No.
I never liked playing.
No.
So you've met a bunch of presidents, and you really weren't impressed with any of them except for Clinton.
Well, Clinton was, I mean, what it was cool. It's not that not impressed, it's just that it just didn't have, I like, I guess, activists. Those are the people that make a difference. Those who, there's nothing to gain. Matter of fact, a lot to lose. You don't make a lot of money. Those are the people that have turned me on.
What activists have you? I mean, I'm sure you met Sharpton.
Oh man, I got a chance to meet
Farrakhan?
So many. I met Farrakhan. I met Jesse Jackson. I met Angela Davis.
Did you perform for them?
No, actually, I was hanging out with them. I came and did shows for them. It became like you're part of them. That was the cool thing about being a comic in the '90s. Dude, it was a great. Come up to be a comic. I feel sorry for comics now because they don't know, like, there was the combination of music, poetry, comedy, we were all the same thing. Everybody was a fan of everybody.
And you were treated like an artist.
Yeah, you're an artist, and then the politicians who were cool wanted to be around you. It was like that hippie time. It was the last bit of hippie time.
Well, I started in '90, so I missed the boom of the '80s.
Yeah, you missed the boom. You came right when it was starting to suck.
But no, it was actually better though because a lot of comics who weren't good got knocked out of the business because they couldn't just go out and make 1,500 a week.
You're right.
1,500 a week headlining.
You're
so
right.
really good comedians lasted through that and stuck around. So the headliners in the '90s were really good.
But you still came at a good time. You still had to pay your dues.
Yes.
So
yeah.
you came in.
Yeah.
You're the last comics at that generation. How old are you now?
I'm 48.
Yeah, you're the last generation that paid dues. That hey, and you also could build an audience to doing TV. You got respect because you were funny. Oh, that guy. People came out to comedy clubs to see you. They didn't see you on TV. They wanted to develop and find. Now, if they haven't seen you, they go like, "What's his following? How many people follow him?
Right.
How many followers do you
What
have?"
year did you start?
84.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah.
think that part of that is because of the accessibility of comics now, meaning like with social media and with they're all podcasting, and that there's just so much material, right? Because if you wanted like Sinbad when it was the '90s, it was like you could see you on a major TV series or a big comedy special, but other than that, you weren't going to see you in a mainstream way.
YouTube stars have more followers than you. They're
It's
bigger
amazing.
than you.
Yeah.
Amazing,
They're bigger than you. And then when you meet them like this, hi, Sinbad, do you know me? I said, well, I heard you wash your hair on TV. And that's your thing. you have long hair and you wash it. No, we're not the same, bro. And I'm not trying to put you down. That's not. And they understand I'm not putting you down. That's not the same. Back when I was coming up, either you worked it hard. I'm being a band. I play music. I played music. Either that, or I'll be in charge of his fan club. Maybe you had two choices.
Right.
I'm either going to put this time in or I'm going to make sure I'm in charge of his fan club, and that's how I'll be close to him. Now they're like this. I want to be a star, but I have a big butt.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my butt on camera.
I got Instagram.
Yeah. And now they're called Instagram models. And you see them, and you realize they're not real models because you look at the bodies. They got like kind of little jacked up legs and things like that. Yeah, you are an Instagram model, I can tell. 'Cause your package is a little different.
The good thing about somebody pointed out to me that the good thing about the younger generation, aside aside from those things, which you're correct. But there's a lot of guys that do a lot of really funny things. And comedian Tom Papa said to me, he goes, yeah, man, they don't ask for permission. They just go out and shoot things.
They shoot it, man.
And there's a balls to that, though, that I admire. Like guys who are 25, 30 will go out and just make things.
Yes.
So much of it stinks, but a lot of it's really good. And then you're like, this guy's got 12 million followers and he's putting out new content. He's editing himself.
The funny one comes to the top.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff out, but know what's good about cameras and stuff now? If you have talent, I call it talent and technology, the double T. If you have talent and technology, you can run it. There's so many untalented people. I said, don't worry about them. There's always been unfunny comics. There's always been people that can't sing trying to sing. But now with this camera, think for a second, what can I do to get out in the game? You have a chance to get in the game you didn't have before.
Right.
You can go from nobody to somebody in a month.
Right, and then no one can tell you that you can't do it. There's no network that will tell you.
Yeah.
And you also, you were on you were a guest on the Red Fox show.
Yeah.
Was that the one that Pamela Adlon was on, where she auditioned? She said she was a boy when she got on. Pam Adlon.
But she's a kid.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Red Fox.
Wow.
Was she on that one with you or no?
Which one? Was it?
The Red Fox show. Pamela Adlon.
She's like a young girl at the time, but she auditioned as a boy.
Really?
Because the role they were looking to cast a boy.
Was it the young punky who got the part? The Red Fox show, I came on the second half of that year. They had to go to play Punky Brewster. Was playing his daughter. Was supposed to be a boy first. And then they redid it. I became the son, Byron, who played football.
Oh,
I
really?
think she's talking about, there was that year. But I came in on the second half.
Oh,
so she probably did.
Yeah, she. Do we have her from the Red Fox show or no? Because she talked really highly about Red. He's one of the guys I never met, unfortunately.
Red was the cat.
Yeah, he was great, right?
Red changed my life, man.
How so? Was that the guy you looked at coming up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you do remember.
Wow,
her.
yes.
Now she's on Louie, and she's got her own show on FX. And
wow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know there was. I didn't know that grown up. I didn't know that was the young her.
Yeah. She said she auditioned as a boy, and they didn't know she was a girl for a while.
Yeah, at the audition, they had no idea.
She auditioned to play the son.
Did she do that on purpose?
Yeah. She went in, I guess, to get the part. And,
dude, you know what? That's when you say that's balls.
That's
balls.
That is balls.
That's balls, man.
Yeah, that's not asking for permission.
I respect
that's not
that.
waiting for it. That's getting
man.
it.
Yeah. So what was he like, Red Fox? And I don't know that many people who have worked with him.
Let me tell you this. Red, I get there. I just got to Hollywood 1 week. They said, man, this is your part, not to lose. They want you for the show. Dude, I sucked at the audition. They ran me upstairs. Dude, you about to mess this up. Go out there and be you. So I re-auditioned. I got the part. I'm playing Red Son. Dude, I don't know about camera angles. Here's the X mark the spot. I'm doing my thing. I'm being funny. I said, man, that was funny. If you could stand where we need you, that'd be better. He said, because, as light as you are, I can get a white boy playing your part. And that was the beginning of my relationship with Red Fox. That was it, man.
I grew up on a lot of your movies, right at that. And there was one that I feel like I watched when I was a kid. But
Shazam never happened, bro.
What? No,
I'm sure. Tell you this.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure I had it on VHS.
You know what everybody says? I'm sure I have it.
I had it on VHS.
If I did this movie, I have to say, if I did this movie, if I had done this movie, don't you think it'd be one tape?
Sure.
Well, I haven't found it yet.
I put it online. I'll give somebody $10,000.
Have you done anything on Funny or Die as Shazam? You should
I did. I did.
Oh, you
no,
did.
have you seen
It came out at the same time as Kazam.
No,
people get him confused.
Go online.
But that movie happened.
No, go online. Look for the April Fool's Sinbad. We did a fake scene. My son, we wrote and we shot with the college humor a fake scene. And everybody was like, I knew it existed.
Yeah.
I go, you notice it came out on April Fool's Day, right?
Right. I always buy April Fool's. I'm so stupid.
I know you fall for it?
I'm a UFC fan. No, I didn't know about that, but on UFC they announced 2 different fights. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. And they're like, oh, it's April 1st. What a dope I am.
No, I fell for what did I fall for on April Fool's? Because I didn't realize it was April Fool's Day. And I was trying to get somewhere. I said, this ain't real. I almost drove there. If Sinbad had showed up, I'd have looked so stupid.
Yeah.
And I said, wait, this is April. Oh, it's April Fool's. But it was so elaborate. It was done so well, man.
So when did you start to catch wind that this Shazam thing was like?
2 years ago.
2 years ago? It's been going for that long?
2 years ago, I would hear, hey, man, I really liked your movie Shazam. I said, are you talking about Shaq and Kazam? No. Shazam, I said.
Because that was the funniest part. People were going like, no. I know about
Yeah.
Kazam.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Shazam.
No, some get so mad like this. You didn't like the movie because it sucked. I said, yeah. So when I don't like a movie that sucks, I pull it off the internet and I make sure no one can see it.
Yeah. So 2 years ago, you start getting people coming
Yeah.
up to you talking about this movie.
Yeah.
And then, because I feel like right around last summer,
last
maybe
summer
was
took off.
when
It just went crazy. Then Reddit picked it up and it just went nuts. Now people just say you're just a liar. I have to get mad. You're a liar. Like that one right there. You're a liar. So we shot this footage, and that just added fuel to the fire.
Do you have any idea what started it or where it came from?
No one knows.
It just started happening
It just
to you.
happened.
Yeah, a couple of people remember something falsely online, and we all have fake memories that we think we remember something, and it just never happened.
We could do right now. We could say something like, oh, man, remember that fight? Yeah. And people call you, okay, did you ever see that Jimmy Kimmel does at Coachella? Man, what do you think about that Zan, that band, Cowhide? They were great. These are all fake bands.
Yeah.
How'd you like them? Oh, God, I got to buy their album. I was lucky to see them.
Because they want to sound cool. So
Yeah,
they're just
they
like,
sound cool.
yep,
Yeah,
it's true.
they say
Nobody
yes.
wants to say, I don't know, or I didn't see it, or I missed it. Like, nobody wants to
That's
say
the
that.
best part about being that dude. It's even better being that dude when it's real. Man, did you see Trump win? He didn't win. No, man, that's a lie.
Wow.
No, he wasn't. Nah, he playing. I like being that dude because then people get mad. No, it really happened. No, it didn't.
No,
I'm
it
not
didn't.
stupid.
Yeah. Did you get annoyed when you realized how much it was taking off? Did you think it was funny?
At first, after a while, it started bothering me. I said, you know what? I'm going to roll with this.
Yeah, because you have to, right?
I'm going to roll with this, man. And people said, man, or they thought they would get, Twitter people thought they were being funny. Man, I really love you in Shazam. I said, oh, yeah, man. I said, I was on a lot of drugs during that time. I said, I'm just trying not to remember that period of time in my life.
It was a bad time for me.
Yeah, because he was a cross-dressing genie. They go, what? He was a cross and wore heels.
Yeah. You saw the movie, don't you
They go,
remember?
oh, I didn't realize it. He wore heels.
You should ask them what their favorite scene is next
Oh, they
time.
all tell you the same scene. Right, works the same scene.
What?
It was you and two kids, and they had a wish, and the mother died or the father died. They all have that same scene. That's the
Really?
scene.
And you
That's
should
so
say,
weird.
okay,
That's the scene we shot.
Oh,
That's the scene we shot.
the one they all said they remembered.
Yeah, the one
That's
said they remembered.
It is weird what goes into the public psyche that makes people have a false memory like that. It's
The only thing that's come up that anybody, and you've seen it, because I think you tweeted it, the only thing that's come up that anybody says it could be this is you did like one of those cable, I think it was like a cable movie show where
But it was Sinbad. It was
Right.
Sinbad, the voice, Eye of the Tiger. I hosted a Sinbad weekend for a whole weekend, and I had the turban and everything on for Sinbad.
and people post this picture and they're like, see, he's a genie.
Yes.
And you're like,
I said, no, that was Sinbad the Sailor.
right,
They go,
right.
oh.
And it wasn't even a movie.
No.
It was in front of a backdrop
Yeah.
with you just like hosting on
It was a
cable.
film. It was like a little clip from the 35 millimeters. Remember the old
Yeah.
one that little, you put into the projector?
Yeah.
God, I can't believe I can't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all they have is this one shot.
Yeah.
But people took that one thing and instead of being like, oh, this explains why my memory was wrong,
Sure.
they were like, there it is. See,
There it is.
Sinbad was lying.
Then they photoshopped fake VHS covers. You know how many fake, there's 4 or 5 fake VHS. I said, well, pull the tape out and put it in. They go, what? I see there's a tape in there. Or is that a porn tape from your mom? And you just put that box together.
They wouldn't you wouldn't sign it for him?
Yeah, I said, I'll sign it.
Yeah, but
I said, put it in. I said, put it in. Put the tape in, play Shazam.
That's so awesome that people like do that though. It's so it's got to be so crazy because you have nothing to lose. That it's not a real thing, so you can kind of go any. I would ask them to name their favorite quote or make up a fake quote. Like, and what was the quote? And they'll go, oh,
They have it.
And what was
They have it.
What would they say?
You said, Shazam! You get your wishes. I said, did you just do that? Did you really just go that route?
Shazam, you get your wishes.
So we put that in there. Shazam! I put it all in there.
and people buy it.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's what you should start doing, by the way, though, when you go up on stage and like, you know him from Jingle All
From
the Way.
Shazam.
From Shazam.
But you know explain though? The scene they keep explaining is from Kazam. Remember Shaq was trying to hurry him get back in the bottle? In the Kazam movie, Shaq is trying to hurry him get back. I said, you know that's the first scene of Kazam. No, I remember Kazam. I said, exactly. I know you remember Kazam because you just explained the first scene. No.
The greatest troll ever, though, would be if he really did do the movie and actually did have it pulled off and was just lying about it. Like that would be.
I'm Illuminati.
Who
He
else
is.
do
He's
they-
in the Illuminati.
I'm Illuminati. It takes Illuminati power to do that.
Who are your
does.
co-stars, by the way? Who do they think your co-star? They
don't
only
know.
remember you.
They don't know.
They just remember you.
Which is a
and
bunch
the-
of kids.
Me and kids.
Oh, you
And
and
like some parents that were like, you
Oh,
know.
look, the kid that was in the movie with Tim Allen, the show with Tim Allen.
JTT?
Yeah.
They think Jonathan Taylor Thomas popped in there too?
Now he fell off the face. Remember, he's disappeared.
A lot of people do. It's really weird when somebody, a lot of child stars especially, they if they don't make that weird transition, there's a couple of years of roles they have to do, they're fucking finished.
But they loved him. Remember, he was a good-looking kid.
He was Justin Bieber.
He did all the award shows. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't even get in trouble. He just went to school. I think he just... Maria, would you know? Do you know where? Oh, Maria's outside.
It's
Maria, where is
you know where Jonathan Taylor Thomas is?
We could Google him.
She doesn't know. You could turn the mic on in there for her.
Zach.
Huh? We know Zach. We hang out with Zach. But I'm trying to figure out where Justin went.
Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan.
No, he's behind the scenes. I know he's been directing and stuff like that.
He's directing anything.
Oh, a lot of guys wind up writing or directing. Okay. If a guy's writing or directing.
He was. They
don't even have a new picture of him.
No. Maybe he got tired. He got ridiculous famous.
But he got crazy money.
Yeah.
Think about the best world. So you got 30, 40 million. You're 16 years old.
But did he get that much money for Cindy? Yeah.
Yes.
Home Improvement? Yeah.
That's right. That was...
especially as the seasons went on,
right.
He became the little star of that show even more than Tim Allen.
He became the man.
He was the man.
Women loved him. He was well-spoken. I saw him do award shows. He'd get up on the box and they loved him. He would speak. I said, this kid is going to own Hollywood if he doesn't become a drug addict.
Yeah.
And maybe he just wanted to go away for a little while and he decided to go behind the scenes.
Jodie Foster went to college.
That's right. Yeah,
Jodie Foster went to college and came back.
Brooke Shields too. Didn't Brooke Shields went to Princeton and then kind of came back?
I did it.
Who did it?
From the time you were a child star?
I went to junior college.
That counts.
Online.
All right,
online.
Counts a little less, but still something.
Yeah.
When were you in the Navy? What years were you in the Navy?
Air Force. 1979, 82.
And you got out. Did you had no desire to pursue a military because you didn't
got kicked out.
Oh, why'd you get kicked out?
Yeah, so everything.
Were you doing drugs or were you
no drugs? See,
fighting?
When they found out I didn't do drugs, they even kicked me out worse. Because drugs, they could have put me in rehab. They said no, he doesn't do drugs.
Was it a dishonorable discharge?
No, I got a general under honorable conditions, the closest you could get to it. But I was too good at my job to get a dishonorable.
What happened?
Man, impersonating officers, going AWOL, just not going to work,
all
not
this
saluting
stuff.
People.
Why were you doing all that?
I just didn't feel like it.
You didn't like being there?
I joined the Air Force because I thought I would play on the Air Force basketball team because my goal was still to play pro ball or play with the Globetrotters. So I figured I'll go to Air Force. I'll play on the Air Force basketball team. They'll get me out to Air Force early, so I'm not really there.
You only got to do a year because you're going to be so good.
You had a very unrealistic view of the military.
That's what the recruiter told me. The recruiter said, man, if you want to still play ball.
Oh, he was selling you.
I said, oh, really?
Oh, he was selling you.
I went to join the Coast Guard. I was home. I was depressed. College ball ended for me. I said, I'm done. That's just all I ever wanted to do. Because remember, 1974, 78, how you become an actor? I'm from Michigan. Nobody knows how to get to Hollywood.
Right.
You think somebody finds you. You don't just go to Hollywood. There was no HBO. There was none of that. So I said, I'm going to know how to fly in helicopters in the Coast Guard, and I'm going to start a company called the Midnight Helicopter Service, no questions asked. I'll help people. I help kidnappers. I'll help dope dealers. I was going to be that. I was going to live that pirate life.
Well, yeah,
with a helicopter.
Help the dark side, kind of.
Yeah.
You need something. How tall a guy are you?
About 6'5".
Oh, you're that tall? Oh,
yeah.
We have another guest coming in here.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
the man.
Neil deGrasse Tyson just walked in, and there is a hug.
Yes.
There's a hug happening.
That's my son right there, bro. Oh.
Hey!
We talk about you, bro.
Hey, well, you're still on here.
Yeah.
I played you.
You played me.
In Comedy Bang Bang.
Oh, man.
I had an alien pop out my chest.
That never happened to me.
No, but see, because you got to go to the other level.
Oh, I'm not there yet. You took me to another level.
See, what happens, this is the
problem. You took me to another level.
Because the world is flat, and if you don't go to the other side of where I've been, you got to fall off. See, I fell off. See, a lot of people are scared to fall off.
Yeah.
Oh, but you were cool with that.
I was cool with it
because
I
with falling off.
I said, I'm going to find out this early. After talk, I said, listen to you, this could be round or flat. I'm going to find out. Because what if it's not round, if it's really flat, but people think it's round because they fell off? No one's known.
Oh, no one came back to say, they just thought they went to the other side of the earth.
To the other side. Okay. So I went ahead and fell off. You do fall to the other side. It's not round, but it's another side. It's like a box.
Oh, I see. It's a cube.
I never knew that.
No one knows that.
Gravity keeps us on the cube.
Knows that.
It's a cube thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's flat, but on each side.
We are flat, but we're cube.
Thank you. We're cube.
So that's the hybrid of people saying we're flat, but people saying we're round.
There's 6 sides of the flat Earth.
Whoa.
See, the Earth could have been a parallax, it could have been a parallelogram. See, I'm thinking,
these words, he just spitting out words.
No, see, my thing, I was a chemistry major.
Oh, okay.
I was interested. My brother, I became engineers, but I want to blow stuff up.
Yeah, all right.
I want to help the world.
That's how you do that. Right.
I just want
I ask you a quick question.
Yes.
In Necessary Roughness, did you play an astronomy professor?
Yes, I did. Yes, good. Because I was that kind of dude growing up. I had the periscopes. I would go out. I was the brother that got beat up a lot.
So you're black nerd? Telescopes, not periscope. Periscopes are for submarines. Unless you're looking out windows.
We talking about Sinbad. We talking about Sinbad ships.
Yeah.
We've been talking about being on the ship, being pirates.
Okay.
So I'm at the other place. So I had all my telescopes, man. I had the astronomy kits. I would get it from Heathkit.
So you got geek in you.
Police came and got my chemistry kit.
Oh man!
I show kids how to take acid, hydrochloric acid, and break in houses, break windows, take sulfuric acid, put it down in
so he's a renegade scientist.
Yes,
renegade scientist.
I
didn't know you had that much geek. I got to get him on my rate. I got to get him on my show.
Yeah.
Because on my show, we find that geek underbelly and we rub it.
Dude,
let me give you a hug. Oh, man.
This brother, where you from, man?
I'm born and raised in the Bronx, New York.
My girl is from the Bronx.
Oh, yeah? Oh, all right. And I know your stuff from way back in the 70s. Oh, man.
Now, in the Bronx, being a geek, that must have been hard, bro.
Yeah, it was hard. But I could still kick some ass.
But you're tall, though. So you're a tall athlete.
That's it. Plus, I could play ball.
If you can play ball, you're allowed to be
okay, and if they're picking 10 people, I would be picked like 4th or 5th.
And you get scholarships. You don't tell them about your academic scholarship. You go, what school you can go to?
Right.
I put all my academic scholarship in the box. I
can also run pretty fast. So even if I got chased, I could.
You're good.
We good. Dude, I got to run. We got a thing here.
Right on, brother.
Love you.
Right on. This man's bad.
All right. You got that.
This man's bad. Look, this brother's bad.
All right.
So they thought it was all athletic scholarship.
Yeah, man.
You don't need to tell anybody that
my mother got pissed at me. I turned down like 20 scholarships.
Yeah.
These are not for basketball.
You turned it down?
Air Force Academy. Popovich recruited me.
Really?
Popovich recruited. Popovich. People don't realize Popovich one of the hippest people I've ever met in my life when I was young.
Wow.
That quiet Popovich, that is not Popovich.
You're 6'5"?
Yeah, but I got my knees replaced. I had my knees replaced and I lost an inch.
Is that right?
Really?
Dude, that's the worst thing ever happened to me.
Why'd you have your knee replaced?
Playing ball.
Oh, you just got hurt.
I claim 6'5" because it's still the phantom. It's a phantom.
You still have the mind of a 6'5" man.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went into the military. You wanted to play ball.
6'5".
Yeah, he identifies as 6'5".
Yeah,
You identify as 6'5".
Yes. So you wanted to play ball. You thought you'd get out early.
Yep.
And you wound up going AWOL. Where did you go when you went AWOL?
Okay, I went AWOL. My dad said, you always do everything backwards. You join the Air Force, but you turn down the Air Force Academy scholarship. And he goes, you get kicked out the military, and I went to Georgia Tech to go. I enrolled in school to go to school for computer engineering. And my dad said, the police are looking for you. They're looking for. I said, no, Dad, I'm a black man with a beard. I'll grow this beard. I'll become an engineer. I'll come up with some special stuff that saves the earth, and they'll pardon me. He said, please just go back to the base.
Do you have manic episodes?
ADHD, bro.
Oh, okay.
Highest level. I didn't know until 2 years ago. They
2 years ago.
This guy said, I like to test you for ADHD because the son's got ADHD. He goes, and then you know something's wrong with it. 4 people sit down. Hey, we'd like to ask you a question. I said, what? Would you like to write a book about living with the highest level of ADHD we've ever seen? And I didn't realize. He said, is it hard for you to finish books? I said, yeah, I don't finish them. I go right to the end. He says, paying bills, I'm always a week behind because I have on my schedule to pay it 2 weeks ahead, and then it just go,
Yeah.
Like,
a bunch of other stuff happening. Yeah, I'm not doing that right now.
So it's very adult deficit hyperactivity disorder. Is that it?
Yeah, but there's no adult. We start early.
Deficit.
You don't get it early.
Okay. So because I think I have very similar things. So what do you do to
remedy it? You know what?
A lot of comics do.
Every comic I know almost. You know what? Every artist has some level of ADD or ADHD, but now they consider it bad. But luckily for us growing up, nobody killed it because they let you go out and play. You got in the band, you perform. Now they try to kill it. That's why I think we're losing a lot of artists.
What do you do to remedy it? What do they recommend you do?
There's no remedy.
There's no way to focus?
Man,
dude, I've been taking omega-3s because I'm like, my brain is all over the place. I'm just trying to focus. I can't finish a book either.
Okay, this is me. My son will tell you. Me watching TV. I watch TV. I got my iPad open. I got my computer open, and I have a book.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to read a book, and I'm trying to finish this website, and I'm reading up on how to put this technology together. And my daughter said, do you ever think if you just stick with one instrument?
Yeah.
How great you'd be? I said, yeah, but anybody can play one instrument. Who plays 8?
But multitasking, they say, we talked about this.
Yeah, I don't believe in it.
Multitasking is not effective, and you don't do any of the things right.
Multitasking doesn't exist. You know, there's a book called The Myth of Multitasking. There is no such thing.
Right.
It became this bull crap. People said, hey, man, you know, I multitask, or I'll rest when I'm dead. Well, you might die because you didn't rest. You know what the new big move for this generation is? Sleep.
That's what they're saying. That
Get
people
some rest.
Because that's what all the I was listening.
Yeah.
I forget what I was listening to, but like all the rappers, they're like big on like, man, I don't sleep.
Yeah.
Now the big thing is like, no.
Yeah,
I sleep.
because I heard your last album.
Yeah.
And I can tell you didn't go to sleep.
Yeah.
You might want to go to sleep before you put that next lyric out. Everybody thinks,
8 hours
you know
of sleep. And, yeah.
I'm in the studio. It used to be people in the studio at midnight. Now people go in the studio in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Get it done. Because people thought it's better after midnight. We always went to the studio after midnight. You realize that means you got to sleep all day, so you live like a vampire.
Yeah.
So I'm like this, man.
Can't get business
even
done.
even if we got these crazy hours, good morning, you can get rest. You can take a nap. Oh, there's a day. I found out it was okay to do nothing. I have days when I do nothing. Now I'll sleep on the plane. I'm trying to bring the iPad book out. There's the only way to calm down. I said I'll do some yoga, or you have to set up. I have a little list.
Do you meditate?
Yeah, I meditate, but I have to but you meditate sometimes. I forget what I was meditating about, and I go to something else.
Yeah.
You know what's hard? The strange. You know what's hard to do? Same prayers at night. I forget I'm saying. I'll start prayers off, and I'll look at something in the room. I go, oh yeah, I forgot God. And so I said, let me pray during the day.
Yeah, because God doesn't have time to like deal with you.
God knows with me. This is you gave it to me. I said, God, you gave me ADHD, so you know how this prayer is going to be.
Right.
I might not get through it. You know what I need. You kind of know what I need. I might not get it all out.
Plus, in the afternoon, no one's talking to him. Everyone's bugging him at night.
Yeah.
So the afternoon's probably a better time. You have a more attentive audience.
Yeah, it's true.
And we bug. You know what? ADHD. It's okay with us, but we bug other people. That's what we have to be very cognizant of. We drive our wives crazy.
Yeah.
Remember, nothing bothers us. Whatever you do, don't bother us. Unless you talk too slow, move too slow. And we'll finish it ourselves. But the thing is, we bother other people because we'll have stuff packed up, but we know everything's at. You can have your papers everywhere. Go, don't touch that.
Right.
Don't touch that. Nicola, what are we doing? Don't. Or they come out, I cleaned your stuff up. Man, I had everything where I wanted it.
Are you kind of like an OCD saver of things? Like, I tend to collect things. It's not hoarding, but I save more than I should.
I say, okay, all my gear, all my computer gear. I had every computer I ever bought from the beginning, but I was going to gut them from on the wall. It wasn't just this one. I was going to gut them. And when I moved from my house, they took the opportunity. They threw away my Newton. My Apple Newton that was worth $2,000 in Japan.
Wow.
Sure, $2,000.
But now, Nike shoes, Jordans, I threw all those away.
No.
I already wore them.
Yeah.
I have to think about that. I'm not putting shoes in a box. I'm not spending $400 for a shoe I bought for $89. Shoes were made to be worn. So the things we feel strongly about, I'm not going to collect shoes.
I spend ridiculous money on shoes.
I'm not collecting shoes.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I wore them.
I have had the same pair of shit sneakers for a year, and I
love
love
them. 4 more pair. If they're good, I'll buy 4 more pairs just like that.
The exact same ones that fit me properly.
I love these, so I have a pair just to keep in the box. Like I got 2 pair, one to wear, one to keep.
What is that?
Because I want to collect.
It's OCD,
and I love how they are. I love how they are when they're
sneakerheads. That's sneakerheads.
Oh yeah,
sneakerheads. There's kids.
It's an investment.
There's kids with 2,000 shoes in the garage.
Sure.
This one kid's father started a pawn shop where kids could pawn their shoes if they needed money.
Yeah, I mean it's all a form of hoarding. It's collectors are just clean hoarders.
Like they die because the building fell on.
The newspapers fall on them and crush them.
Okay, I had this. I have my headphones. I put headphones in this bag. Oh, I can't find these headphones. Let me buy some more. So you got 3 of the same headphones.
But that's right what you said.
Yeah.
Nothing drives me crazier than when my wife cleans up my stuff. She's like, "Oh, I just wanted to get the stuff off the surface."
I leave the house when my wife cleans stuff up. I come home and she, let me tell you where everything's at. I said, I'll be right back. I have to leave.
Yeah, you tell me because I don't know where anything is anymore.
Something will come out of me. I'll say something because we just get in an argument. So I come. She likes when I get on the road. That's a chance to clean stuff up. I'll come back. So I cleaned it up. I'm gonna show her where it's at. I'm gonna show her in the drawers. I said, I didn't need you to do that, and I leave.
Yeah.
I said, what you got to do is let me leave and come back and say nothing to me. Don't say why they get. Just like I'm going to let you do that. That's what people, ADHD, we hate when people make us explain their lies, but you drive us crazy, we don't make you. We accept you. ADHD, we accept you're slow talking. I accept that we can't park over there. I'm parking there. We can't park there. My son, I said, move the cone. My daughter's like me. I told my son, we're going to Disney. Move the cone. We can't. My daughter jumped out the car. Move the cone. I said, either you move the cone or you don't. Just move the cone, people, and people who don't move the cone. And people who move the cone are ready for the lie when the cops come. The other people freak out. I'm sorry. The people who move the cone. I work for the city. I moved this cone yesterday. I can't believe you can't let me move the cone now. And they go, so you run bull crap. And then when they catch you like this, I was lying. You go with.
Like it's down. We're just me and you.
And they go like, all right, dude, go on.
Can you imagine though? But if all of a sudden Sinbad is telling you I'm a city employee, you're like, you're Sinbad. You're not a city employee.
No, but they go, you work for. I said, dude, I used to work here. I know how it is. I donate my time. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were a chemistry major?
Yeah.
Wow. And how far did you get? Did you graduate or did you go?
I went to college. At second year of college, I changed majors 3 times. My college coach told me, look, you have a lab. You can't come to the lab. You can't miss practice or come late because of a lab.
Oh.
I thought my education came first. And I said, this is all bull crap. So when I hear them talk about college and education, it's bull. It's all bull. It's bull. That's why Calipari is the greatest coach, because he says, I want these kids to go pro. They should be able to get paid. Coaches shouldn't make more money than kids. He said they should get paid. Everybody wants to ban this and go like, oh, he played here for 4 years. Now this cat is homeless, and they do a fundraiser for him.
Right.
No.
Right.
Get paid.
Paid him. And in chemistry, were you bad at it, or did you just lose interest? Oh, you were great at it.
I was great at it.
You have a knack for it. I could never grab it.
I had a great memory, too.
Do you? You really?
And then in high school, for my science project, everybody was doing a little volcanoes and stuff. I said, I want to make nitroglycerin. Because I used to love Gunsmoke, the TV show.
Sure.
And they always had TNT nitroglycerin, and they'd ride the buggy, boom, and the buggy would blow up. I said, is it really that volatile? I need to know. So I said, I want to make nitroglycerin. And the teacher, yeah, right. Did you just play me? So, dude, I got everything. I had sawdust, so you could collect the nitroglycerin and put in sawdust. That's what TNT is. So at the end of the experiment, you could put. So he's like,
it's like the Anarchist Cookbook.
Yeah. You know what? I ordered that book. You can't get them now.
I know you can't get them now.
I ordered that book.
Yeah.
You had to get it at gun shops.
Really?
Yeah. How to rig a light bulb to blow up. It would show how to take a light bulb and what to put in. So if somebody walks in the room to blow it.
So you know how to do that?
But I don't do that anymore.
No.
You know
I think it's wrong. Let me tell you something. I think it's wrong in this country when people don't love their country and they blow stuff up.
Yeah.
There it is. Make sure the TSA knows that.
Yes, TSA.
Yeah, do you think it's wrong?
I think it's wrong.
You're not for it at all.
I'm not for that at all. And I'm so glad I quit doing it.
There it is, on the record.
What did you blow up? What have you blown up when you were younger?
Okay, carbon tetrachloride and triglyceride is a chemical compound. When it's wet, it's safe. It's got triglyceride, it's got iodine. You put it on a piece of paper. When it dries out, if you're just blowing it, boom, it's an explosion. And it'll leave your pants purple and stuff.
Now, is it a dangerous explosion, or is it just a puff?
On little strips of paper, it's not dangerous. On a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, or like me on poster board, you can jack somebody up.
You can.
So I used to put it in the bathrooms in the trash can, so if you threw trash in, boom, and it would come up. Or I put a little bit in the seats. If you sat down, boom, little explosion, but it turned your pants purple.
So it would dry out when it was in there, and then the puff of air from the thing.
It's the most unstable.
What's it called?
That was triglyceride. God, I used to make it. I'm so bad with terms now. Because it's three layers.
Let me ask you: has your memory, my memory, as I've gotten older, and also with constantly relying on Google, is not as good as it used to be?
Dude, I don't remember my phone. Remember you had always 30 numbers in your head?
Sure.
Yeah. You always had 30 phone numbers because your parents, 926-8501, our parents never changed the phone numbers. Your first number, I bet you still.
572-2730, I believe.
We don't forget our first number because your parents, I don't care if we get prank calls when I change this number. It was such a hassle to change a phone number.
Yeah. My buddy just got arrested, and when he got taken in, he was like, I was so lucky that one of the arresting officers was nice enough to write a couple of phone numbers down
out of his phone
on my slip out of my phone, because he goes, I would have been fucked.
He wasn't black, was he?
He wasn't black. He was a white man.
Yeah, we don't get the.
Yeah, no, you don't get the.
You never get the black guy. Thank God he took my phone out, and the film I shot of him beat me. He posted that for me on my website.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Have you ever been arrested?
Yeah, but most of my arrests were for protests. I got arrested in Denver a couple of times because we robbed a 7-Eleven. They said, and then we supposedly broke in a dope dealer's house.
But did you rob a 7-Eleven?
No, there was two dudes about 5'8", me, a guy 6'8", and another guy 7 foot came out of 7-Eleven, and the police came at us with the guns in Denver, and that was the day I had it. I was militant. I had the big frost. I'm not getting on the ground.
Wow.
He said, I will shoot you. I said, then you would have to shoot me and become famous.
What year is this?
1973.
So, okay, so you were
75.
You wouldn't get on the ground. What did he do? Did he force you into submission, or did he calm it down?
No, they pulled up my cars. All my guys with me. So, man, just get down. I said, I'm not getting on the ground anymore for something I didn't do.
Plus, at that point,
I said, dude, I got Cheetos in my hand. Do you think I stole Cheetos? Do you think I went into a 7-Eleven and stole some damn Cheetos and walked out with two dudes 7 feet tall? Do you really believe that? He said, shut the F up. I said, no. Tell me how you get blessed. A black detective in Denver, 75 comes up. Everybody shut the F up. First he goes, what's wrong with you? You will get shot. What I said, he says we robbed the place. He told the cop. The two dudes looking for a 5'6". The 5'6". He said, you, come here and get my car. I sat in the car. He goes, do you want to get shot one day? I said, I'm done. I was in tears. I said, I'm done. I'm done with cops. I'm done. I said, I'm a good person. I try to respect. I went for that place in life. I try to respect people. I said, there's some folks that are just racist as hell, and I will not give them the pleasure. And know what's happening in America right now? We're back there. We fought to get to this point. I look at this election, I've never seen this country this divided in a long time. I mean, they were hiding. Now everybody came out the woodwork. There's a couple that was married for 25 years broke up over this.
Yeah, you can't, even on Tinder they say don't swipe right. We have to actually end the show. So we have to end.
Yes,
we have to end the show because we will get cut off by the computer. I don't want to end the show. I want to talk about this all day.
The man is shutting you down.
You had a Terrence Howard in Crash moment. That was what it was. That's exactly what you had.
I said I'm not.
Sinbad is going to be tonight through Sunday. The great Sinbad in West Nyack at Levity Live. It's an amazing club.
It's great.
Sinbad Bad on Twitter to get dates. He'll be plugging his dates. I wish we had another hour with you. This is
fun.
Fascinating stuff.
All three of us have ADD. You know that, right?
Yeah, we do. That's why we're bouncing from.
You saw that, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about chemistry and the Black Panthers in the same sentence. It's awesome.
That's why we can hang.
Yeah, we can hang, bro.
Thank you very much, and thank you to Neil deGrasse Tyson, whose book is a #1 time New York Times bestseller.
Yeah.
And if we're not dead, we'll see you on Monday. Thank you so much.
Man. You know what?
This